My sister is my role model because for all the pain she's been through, she has been my example to never give up and to always be resilient.
Rousey, former WWE wrestler, inspires me because she always reminds me that girls can always be strong.
My role model is Donald Glover. I like him because he's an example of a good black director, which is something I want to be.
My inspiration is Noel Fitzpatrick, the super vet, because I want to be a vet when I'm older and he helps lots of animals in need.
My inspiration is my mum because she sets a good example for what I want to do when I'm older.
My dad, he never tells me to give up and he encourages me to be the best version of myself.
My role model is Sebastian Stan, as he's a great example.
My role model is Tom Holland, as he's a great actor and I inspire to be an actress.
My granddad is a role model because he inspired me to play golf.
So, in terms of role models, I think of big role models and small everyday role models. So, Neil Lockyer talked the other day about Oscar Romero, who stood in the face of real persecution by a huge political regime and an army to stand up for the Catholic values that he believed in. So someone like him is really inspiring. But also just on a day-to-day basis, and I'm not just after a pay rise, when you see someone like Mr. Wright, who's the head of the school, picking up bits of litter and being kind and being nice and just talking with people in a really friendly way, I think that's an inspiring role model of servant leadership, and in fact all of our leadership do that. So as a teacher, that's really inspiring. People like my dad would be good role models. He worked with special educational needs children in a primary school in Shilton for his career, so that's really inspiring to me. And I also am inspired by Christian sports people who are able to be really competitive but at the same time model their Christian values, and the first one perhaps that I saw was when I watched football more closely than I do now, 10 or so years ago, someone called Kaká, who was a Brazilian footballer, who when he won the Champions League with AC Milan took off his shirt and had a t-shirt that said, "I believe in God because of Jesus." And moving on to Jesus, you know, in terms of what he's our ultimate role model, and he's hard to copy. I'm not pretending I'm perfect, but when we see how he met with people wherever they were, rich or poor, young or old, male or female, diseased, you know, he would meet everyone and share love and grace with them, but also challenge them to change their lives. And he challenges me to change my life. And if I can challenge anyone in the school to change their life through trying to be like him, then that would be a real bonus.
My role model is Elizabeth Olsen. She's such a great actor and she inspires me to persevere and keep going for my goals, and one day I'll be just as good as she is.
David Beckham is an inspiration to me because he is the best and kindest footballer and a great free kick taker. And I want to be like him because he is so successful and never gave up through the bad times or the good.
I'm inspired by Scotty Cranmer because even after an injury and a crash that left him paralysed from the waist down, he got back up and trained himself and started riding BMX again.
So, role models, I mean, I think for me the whole thing with role models, it's about how we develop in virtue. And I'm struck by the one of the sayings from the Proverbs, which says, iron sharpens iron, and so one man sharpens another. It's in our relationships, it's in role models that kind of the rough edges are smoothed away and we grow in virtue. And I could list a whole bunch of people from my life, but I think that's actually the whole point of the saints, that the saints are our role models in faith. They go before us and they do things that seem to us impossible, that seem completely extraordinary. And that challenges us, that sharpens me, makes me want to do more. And so I think the saint that challenges me most, that I look at and I go, wow, I am nowhere near that, is probably Saint Francis of Assisi. He was completely in love with Christ, completely in love, and he gave himself in a state of total abandonment to God. And through that then just gave up all comfort, all security in his life, just put everything on the line. So I think St. Francis is the one for me who I look up to as a saint who really challenges me, who makes me want to grow in virtue.